This is Rogue Wing, Coraline, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. After a few days delay because of the weather, not letting me get outside to do any spraying, we're almost done. In fact, we pretty much are at this point. Let's take a look at where I'm sitting right now. Gone in, done a black wash over the entire upper deck to help bring out some of the detail. Then I went in and dry brushed the upper deck in both silver and a really light blue metallic. Filled in the barrels of the larger guns using a Sharpie. Used some red ink on the inside of the main engine. Wave motion cannon has been painted up in a kind of a goldish color, and then with some red ink in it to help bring out some of the fluting. It's not bringing out all of it. The last bit of detail I've gotten done so far is the shading across from the panel lines going down the length of the hull. And this actually uses a pretty basic technique. It's black dry brushing. When I lay a post-it note across the line I want to use, that way I get a nice sharp demarcation without actually having to go in and use masking tape on every line. I've gone in and aligned in the wings using pencil. At this point, I've also picked out the windows in that same metallic light blue. They really show up here on the bridge tower. All I really have left to decide to do on this is whether or not I'm going to do battle damage on it. Which right now, I'm actually probably not going to. Mostly because the damage that I normally do to these things doesn't really reflect well to that particular show's effects. So I may go in and do some battle damage, I may not. At this point, we may just go straight to the final reveal. I'll give it a couple of minutes thought here and then we'll go from there. On further review, decided we're not going to do the battle damage. At this point, we're going to leave Yamato just like she is. So, let's go ahead and have a look. Final results of the build. There we go. Detail turned out really good on her. It's nice and crisp. I actually like how the guns turned out even though I didn't drill out the barrels. Just raise that up a little. All in all, the effects look really good. Got some life in the engine. I'm really happy with her. The wash on the upper deck may have been overdone, but at this point there's not a lot I can really do about it without pretty much redoing the whole paint scheme on her. But let's go ahead and zoom that back out and get a little closer on manual. Add a little more light here. Alright. Hoping most of the detail gets picked up by the camera. I know, like a lot of them, it doesn't like to do the close-in stuff. But she turned out really good. Deck's a little over-weathered, but, you know, let's face it. She spent a lot of time and space under some not so ideal conditions. Okay, let's douse that extra light. Do a couple more looks. I'll add some stills in here, but at this point, Yamato's done.